Hi guys, welcome to another PC game vid for the YouTube channel. I was gonna try and do a double shift tonight. One in the security booth, and then get down to the garage to do a shift there, get some money in. But this neck of the woods in Flintshire, North Wales, we've been knee deep in snow in parts. It started to melt off a bit today, but I thought, right, good excuse to play one of my favourite games of the past. I haven't played it for a long time. It's a game called The Long Dark. It's not an indie game. Well, yeah, I suppose. Yeah, they are an independent firm, but it's quite a big game. It's been out a while now and it's well established. It's actually got some updates which I haven't actually. There's paid updates. I'm not sure. I think it might be for the campaign mode, but I used to love playing it in the sandbox mode, which is just basically you're stuck in the snow trying to survive. There's been some disaster, electromagnetic incident, and all comms are non-existent, and it's you against the elements. You've got wolves, bears. Well, it was wolves and bears when I last played it, but I think there's other furry friends to keep you company. I know there's rabbits because you actually you've got to catch the rabbits because you're gonna need to eat, right? So there's a bit of hunting and skinning and what have you going on. But I suppose that's what happens when you're against the elements and you run out of food. You can loot food, but it quickly runs out. But it's a great game. It's just a solo game. You can't play online with friends. But I found that playing it, you just get lost in it. If you'd asked me, but before I played this game, would you fancy playing a game where you're lost in the snow? I would have thought, But after playing it, I've put quite a lot of hours in the past into this game. Really enjoyed it. Anyway, it's called The Long Dark. I think the company are a Canadian company. But let's jump in. It's been a while since I've played this, so I think I can still remember the map, so I should be okay. You start off, you spawn random, then you need to find cover, depending on how bad the snow is. Anyway, let's jump in and have a look. We'll get back to the shifts in the garage and the security booth next week. Let's jump in here. So survival. So there's a December update available now. We won't go into that just yet. We'll play a new game. Now, what do I usually play? A Pilgrim for new or experienced players most interested in pensive exploration. So, right, wildlife will not attack unless provoked. Well, I'm going to go for the next one down. For new experienced players looking for a balance between exploration and survival. Yeah, that's what you want to balance. Wildlife is sparse, but can seek you out. Survival elements are challenging, but resourcefuls are plentiful. Allows for 4 active feats. I don't remember what that is. We'll go for that. Confirm. Right. So you can actually choose where you spawn into. So Pleasant Valley. Yeah, I think that's. Was it Mystery? No, it's Mystery Lake. I think. Yeah, Mystery Lake. I'm pretty certain I know my way around there. Let's go for that. Ideal for new players, a balance between wilderness and man-made shelters. Connects to coastal highway. Pleasant Valley, blah blah blah. Okay, confirm. You can choose whether to be male or female. I'm going to choose male, but I think if you choose a female, it means you're a bit more sprightly on your feet, but you haven't got as much strength. I suppose that's being a bit presumptuous. I don't know, but anyway, I'll play as a male. Confirm. What's all this now? Free runner. You've sprinted 50 kilometres. Sprinting now burns 25% fewer calories. I don't think we've got everything else is locked, so I think this is a little perk you can get at the start. So, yeah, activate. Confirm. Oh, and you get to name your world. So, well, let's call it Frozen Flint. Because it has been cold and we've had a fair bit of snow. Okay, accept. Okay, a mysterious geomagnetic storm has brought your plane crashing down into the northern Canadian wilderness. How long can you survive? So it is, right, it's a Canadian game. So let's press and continue. What am I living for and what am I dying for? Are the same question. Margaret Atwood. Okay, just getting myself familiar with this again. I really love the graphic style on this game. I don't hang about too much chatting until I find out right, so I know where I am now. Okay. So those indicators down in the bottom left there are your temperature, the stomach, and the water drop there is obviously your hydration and how hungry you are. Remember what that eyeball one is for. But the temperature's dropping there by the looks. Now I think there's a bit of loot here, so we'll have a look. If I remember rightly, if you go down that tunnel, you go to another region. That is some cedar firewood.
This stuff will come in handy.
Yeah, we'll take that. So once you're able to start a fire, that will burn for quite a while. You can pick those rose hips. I think they have a few benefits, medicinal, and I think you can catch rabbits with them. There used to be a box around here. No. Yes, it's obviously changed. There was some loot around there. Okay, my guy started to shiver already. Right, obviously, as you can tell, if you were new to the game, priority would be you need to find some cover or somewhere to protect you from the elements, because it's not too bad now, the weather, the temperature's dropping, but it can get really bad. But you've also got to watch out for wolves and bears. And that reminds me as well, if you hear birds in the sky crowing, they're usually gathering around a dead body. But I know for a fact... Oh. How'd you run? There you go. You press the right button, you can run, but only for so long. But I know for a fact there's an actual ski lodge down here. So we can jump in there and get our bearings. Alright, my stamina's run out. Yeah, he's puffing now. You're doing a lot better than what I would do, mate.
I need to find some place to escape this cold.
Yep, that's what we're doing. The stamina's built a bit more. So if I remember rightly, the lodge should be down here on the right. Yep, there it is. Okay, so we can jump in here. You look up there to the left, up on the mountaintop. There's a lookout post. I think there's a rifle up there. some loot. Let's get in here. Okay, we've done pretty well there. There's no wolves chased us, so... Right. That was just in the nick of time as there's a risk of hypothermia there. So, okay, we've made it to the ski lodge. Chalet or whatever. So I think the best thing to do is to get to loot this place and find out what stuff we can use to keep ourselves going for the time being. So we'll start upstairs. Ah, right. There's a poor chap there that's frozen. I don't think he'll be keeping us company with his chat. So you can search him. Let's search and see what he's got.
That'll come in handy.
Woolly hat, definitely. We'll take that. A can of Summit soda. I'll take that. There's all sorts of stuff knocking on. So you take a stack of papers, because that is an ideal thing to start your fires with. Right, cloth. We'll sort that out later. I'll just run you through the basics here just in case you want to play this on your own. Spray paint, I've never used that in the game, but I think you can tag yourself on certain buildings. And, surfaces. So you've got to check everything. Stuff that's left behind by previous holiday makers that have got caught up in this disaster that's happened. Let's have a look in here. Newspaper, well, yeah. I haven't played this for a long time now, so there could be new... You can actually crouch down as well. Sometimes there's stuff under the beds. Right, let's take this time out here now. You can check your stats. So how do we do it? Ah, so that one's lighter match. We don't want to do that. Put away. So how do we bring up our... Ah, there's a wheel there that we can... Right. So left button then, left joystick. Gives you options there. Okay, that's fair enough. That's stamina. How do we get up? I'm just trying to look at how we get up our B. Right, it's Y. Now that opens our inventory and we can check. So left thumb, right thumb. Okay, so from the far left, so there's our stats. So we've got a hypothermia risk, but we're okay because we're inside now. So that risk should come down. We're still, right, so the eye icon, as you can see from the top, freezing, we're freezing. We're rested, so we don't need to sleep. We're okay for thirst, and we're okay for food. Peckish. Gives you calorie count there as well. Then if we move to the next, that shows our clothes, which we can swap out as we find stuff. So as you can see there, at the moment we've got a baseball cap on, but we can move to that woolly cap that we've just found. It also lets you know what condition it's in. It's 42%, because you can actually find needles and sewing kits to fix your gear. But we will wear that because that's better insulation for us. Okay. Then the rucksack icon, that tells us what we've got in our rucksack. It's quite explanatory, self-explanatory. And if you pop down, it puts it into neat little sections for you. So, stuff you need to light a fire with. First aid gear, your clothes, your food, your weapons, and material to craft stuff with. Blueprints. Right, don't remember. Right, you've got to find blueprints to enable you to make stuff. Okay. Daily log. So that's my first daily input. So I started off at Mystery Lake, the rail tunnel, and I've made it to it's the camp office. Okay. And notes. Right, stats. The map, right. So every time you light a fire, when it goes out, you can collect the charcoal and map your location. Okay. Right, so that's the Y button. B button. So let's carry on with the search. A sport vest. Oh.
I could use this.
So let's have a look at our clothes. Well, we had one on anyway, did we? That's 65%. Right, so might as well leave the one we've got on actually. Take those stack of papers. Yeah, always handy. Search the drawers. Nothing.
This'll come in handy.
Right, and I think that's in a better condition than the one we've got on. Let's have a look. Get used to this. Okay, so what's the head icon? We're wearing that one which is 42%, which gives us a plus 0.8 on the insulation. Actually, that's not as good. That's a plus 0.8, but it's 84% better condition. Simple knitted wool. Right, so the wool is better. We'll leave that one for now. I'm sure this is making sense to all you guys there if you decide to have a game of this. There's a bedroll there as well, which is important, but I think we have one in our inventory. Basically, yeah. It's a sleeping bag. You do get caught outside. The bed there, you can jump into the beds and sleep. Wood stove, right, we can take the charcoal. Take that charcoal. Put it away for now, and I'll show you what to do with that when we get outside. Checked in there, didn't we? Yeah. Use prints. We'll take that. Let's take that. What have we got? Take that. Oh, a note left behind. Read the text. Okay. What does it say? Bensty and I came up this way in the summers when we were knock-kneed goofy kids. We fished and played with swords made out of sticks, wove leaky baskets from the reeds. You could row across the lake, those little cabins at the far end where the tourists came and fished, hunted the deer and had their parties. We stood behind the counter and watched. Dad welcomed them, looked at the guest book and read the names. When the summer was nearing its end and the cattails turned to fluff, we blew our wishes to the sky, always to come back. Right, so, I mean, I know there's some fishing cabins dotted around, but if you didn't know the game, then that gives you a clue that those little cabins at the far end, so there's more places to loot. Anyway. Sometimes you find stuff in these little crates. What you can actually do with the crates is you can break them down. You can break these down with your hand. You don't need an axe. So it takes you 15 minutes, but you use 73 calories. But we'll break that down because you need that for your fires. Break that down. So there you go. We've been here 5 minutes and we're wrecking the joint. I think you can do the chair as well. Yeah, don't need an axe.
So cold.
Right, he's freezing this guy, so we're going to need to make a fire. We'll come back for that in a minute. Right, so dotted around in the various huts and structures that you visit, you'll find stoves like this. So, start a fire. Start a fire, you need starter. Well, we've got matches, tinder, we've either got newsprint, newspaper roll. So we'll use newspaper print. Fuel, we'll use the reclaimed wood. We haven't got any accelerant, but I know there is usually some paraffin knocking around in here, so we should have searched it more, but let's see.
Come
if we
on,
got
little fire.
Sometimes you light a fire straight away, sometimes it fails.
Waste the damn time.
Okay, so there should be some paraffin knocking around somewhere. Mate, I know how you feel. No, there's usually some paraffin. It's really usual. From what I remember, you guarantee to find some paraffin.
Goddamn freezing.
There you go, lantern fuel.
Lamp fuel could be useful.
I think you can use that as an accelerant. Let's see. Start fire. So we've got matches, we've got tinder. Right, there you go. So if you click to the left, it's now giving us some accelerant. We'll use some reclaimed wood. So we fire starting base chance 40%. It's not good, but okay, let's give it a go. Come on. There you go. Fire's going. Now what you have to do is, you can see the egg timer, that'll last 28 minutes, but if we go back into it, and that cedar wood we found when we first spawned in by the train track, chuck that cedar wood, yep, we add that, now you see it's given us an hour and a half. We might as well chuck this reclaimed wood on. Welcome.
I think I need to lay down.
So we've got 3 hours of heat there. He's getting tired, this guy, but you can also melt snow. Okay, on a recycled can, so you could do half a litre in that can, so there's our snow melting. But keep your eye on it. Once it melts, you need to boil it up before you can drink it. And what you can do is, when you're waiting, go into your inventory, and we want our sleeping bag. We put that on the floor by the fire there. It'll go green when you can. There you go. We can jump on that, but we don't go to sleep just yet. 11 minutes till melted, so we need to check around for food. There's a granola bar. Yeah, that.
I'm too tired to think straight.
Alright, mate. Stone lamp, we don't need that just yet. Maple syrup, yeah. That's an absolute definite. Pork and beans, yeah. If we can find a tin opener, we're doing well. You need a tin opener or a knife. Something sharp instrument to open a can. As you would in real life, of course. See.
I'll be hungry later.
Yeah. It sounds like our... Right, so that's... What was it? 14 minutes until boiled. Right. So you can pass time till it's ready, or... But it's unsafe at the moment, you've got to boil it so it's safe to... What we can do, let's have a look. How hungry are we? Not too bad, but we're exhausted. We're not too bad for hunger and thirst, but we're exhausted. Got to make sure you've got something to drink when you wake up. I think we've got a... Yeah, we've got a can of soda in our inventory. We've got loads of granola bars, maple syrup, pork beans, if we can get the can open. We've got 2 minutes until that's boiled. If you leave it on then it'll just boil and burn, just evaporate, so you need to take it off once it's ready. Okay, there you go. So, just take it now. If you can. So in your inventory now, there you go, you've got half a litre of water. Right, okay, so what we'll do now, because we're so tired, we'll have a couple of hours sleep. There you go. See you in a couple of hours, folks. You see, it's quite a lot to learn in the game. Once you get pretty good, it's all coming back to me. But if you were a new starter, then, you know, I suppose you could...
Feels like something is sapping my energy.
So the guy's telling you there that some problem. So let's go into inventory and look at our health. Hypothermia. It was too low for too long. You will...
That guy who drank his own pee doesn't seem so crazy right now.
Right, so basically what that's telling us is we've got to stay in here for 12 hours by the fire. And also, because we've had 2 hours sleep, now we are needing something to drink. So I think we'll have... Yeah, we'll have that Summit soda. It looks really healthy, so we'll drink that. See how the hydration is going up, and then we'll have a couple of granola bars. I mean, what a great meal to wake up to. And then if we look, we're still drained.
I'm so tired, I could just lay down right here.
It's because we're so cold. But we've got to be careful that when you sleep, obviously you use up calories in your sleep. So need to know there's plenty of newspaper knocking around. got some antibiotics there. Now there's stuff in those drawers. But we'll have another sleep because this guy's struggling. You can hear him. Another couple of hours sleep. Yeah, there's loads of YouTube videos on this game, guys. It's a really popular game. The developers really, they're on top of the game as well. Right, as you can see now, we've woke up and it's dark.
Something's making me feel tired.
God, this fella, he's worse than me for his kip, this fella. So it's dark now, so it's pitch black, and the fire's gone. So what we can do, we can go to our inventory, get our matches out, and light a match just to see where we are. Okay. So it's still tight, and we're really thirsty. So... one more. Some crisps in there. Find. Bandages. Find. Recycled can. Don't need that just yet. Got maple syrup.
Surrounded by snow.
Orange soda.
Nothing to drink.
Well, no matter where you're in the world, you get a can of Fanta. Like one more now. So if we go back over to our sleeping bag now, we need to check our...
I'm getting weaker.
So we're weak, parched, and we're peckish. So I'd say we need to drink something and get some more sleep. So let's go to the tree. We'll drink our Fanta. Are you being tangled? We'll drink another, eat another granola bar. And then we need some kip. Now that we've had a couple of hours and it was dark, so we need to think. We'll try 4 hours. So we need to wake up when it's sunlight or daylight. So we've only got half a box of matches. Right, we can see from that it's obviously still night time. It's all about managing our condition to get through the night. So looking at the bottom left, we're not as tired. Our hunger's okay, we just need to drink a little bit more. So let's go into our inventory. And if we drink that water, that's all we've got left. Beans. Maple syrup. I wonder if that would give us some actual hydration. I don't know. We'll drink the water. Right. Okay. Need to see how hydration is. So right, let's grab another couple of hours kip. 4 hours. So he likes his bed, this fella. Right, great, we've woken up now and the hypothermia is fixed, but it's still night time. It usually gives us a clue of where usually, like, I thought you used to get a little graphic of like the moon and the sun and where you are in the cycle of the day, but our stats are really good there now, so I'm going to have another couple of hours kip. So you can advance the time without the benefits of sleep. Right, so you don't have to sleep. We could still. So let's have another 3 hours. Okay, we've woke up now and we can start to see, yeah. We're getting light through. That's great. So it's looking like we've actually made it through the first night. Let's check the stats now. Okay, warmth. Full max warm. Because we've been inside, we've been in the sleeping bag. Rested, yeah. Pretty much over 3/4 rested. We're parched, so we can do with a drink, and we're hungry. So I'm thinking now we collect some firewood so that we can melt snow to make a fair amount of water so that we don't have to worry about being parched or dehydrated constantly. So if we collect firewood, should be able to get a fair amount in as the morning's rising. Okay, that's the plan, guy. So, what? It's going back to me now. What I used to do is I used to use this filing cabinet, these 4 drawers, to stack my fire making stuff in. Whatnot, so that you could get organised. Because you can see by the. You look at your rucksack, you've got so much stuff in there. As you start to go through the game and explore, you need to have some kind of organisation and plan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave my sleeping bag there for now, and I'm going to stack my firewood over here, I think. You can do that, you can offload your inventory, so crack that up. But don't forget all these tasks, they actually drain your energy.
I would do anything for a drink right now.
See, he's thirsty already. So I broke that down. So he's actually dehydrated. You can pick a spot. You can go into your inventory, so there's my firewood. And then you've got Y to drop, so we can drop all that. Drop all X. So we've got reclaimed wood there. I'm a bit worried now because we're dehydrated, so we need to find something to drink. Off the back there.
I can always use more food.
I'd say that, but we want something to drink. You can actually find, there you go, water purification tablets. So you don't need to boil the water. So we can start on fire because it doesn't look like there's any cans of drink knocking about. We could go. There's loads of places to go hunting. Looting. But it looks like we're going to have to make some water pretty rapidly. And we haven't actually got an axe to go chopping. You can actually. You need an axe to chop logs. You can collect twigs. So if you look on the floor outside, there's a twig there. I'll have that. I'll have that. I'll have that. I'll have that. Having a lovely time. It's going to take a while to break up, but okay. Right, you can hear some crows, blackbirds or what they are. There's the lake, and you can see the cabins way off yonder there. But there are wolves that regularly pass around that area.
Can't feel my hands.
Yeah, I'm looking for where these... Where are these... I can hear the birds, but I can't see them. Ah, right. There.
I'm gonna need to eat soon.
So you can see straight away, guys, that obviously it's so cold, it's zapping your energy, right? Hypothermia risk again. So, can you hear that in the background? You can hear a wolf. Right, let's get back inside.
Wait.
It's permadeath once you
So cold.
once you get killed.
Warming up
That's
again.
it. You have to start again. No sort of save and go back to a save point. So you need to start a fire.
I need something to drink. And
Yes,
soon.
we're getting onto it. Stack of papers. Accelerants. Ah. No accelerants. God damn it. Not at all. It's really... They've really sort of... There used to be quite a lot of loot in this cabin. It's very, very poor now. We're going to have to see if we can light a fire without petrol or paraffin. Right, 40% chance. We're going to have to try it. Come on, fingers crossed. Blowing it.
Come on.
Ah, failed. Okay, so we're going to have to make a decision here. We check our stats. There's a hypothermia risk. So if we go outside, it will heighten that risk.
Too cold to think.
No, we've got to think, mate, but we're dehydrated. So, double check there's no... If there's a drink up here. Take that cooking pot.
What have we here?
That's gonna do more water for us. They're gonna need to risk it for a biscuit and go and try and loot. And if we loot, the main problem now is lighting a fire. Let's try one more time. We might get lucky. Okay. But we might run out of matches. Come on. Do it. Come on. Yes.
Looks like it worked.
We got lucky, so let's pick up our fire there. Let's load this, add fuel. Get all the sticks on. So we got 3 hours worth of fire there. So we want to cook on the pot. Want water. It's going to take an hour to do that. Do half a litre. 15 minutes until we need to know how to get these, the way to get these tin of beans open. See, there's a line there for a fish. For a fishing line and a hook, but Basically, we need to just get on an even keel at the moment before we even think about going fishing. Okay, so don't panic. Let's have a look at our stats. Hypothermia, we won't get hypothermia if we stay indoors. We're ravenous, but we've got some maple syrup and I think a chocolate bar. The main problem now is we need water. But we can use the... Once that's melted, we don't have to boil it to kill the germs. We can use the purification tablets. Not sure how you use them though. So I'm literally sitting here freezing my dangly bits off, waiting for this water to boil. What better way to spend an hour on a Friday evening? But you know, if we had constant snow and electric and internet and everything got cut off, and we hadn't done the weekly shop, you know, you can bet your life somebody will have looted the shop before you. So you'd be resorted to okay, so that's boiled. Okay, so we take it. Now, how do we set the pot? How do we add? Use purification tablets. So, right, so it just automatically adds it to the water. So let's go back to the water now. Right, it's telling us it's safe to drink. Right, so let's drink that. Phew, done it. Come to our stats. Okay, we've got a dry mouth. So we can live with that.
I'd eat anything right about now.
Okay, good, so we're gonna eat. How about some beef jerky? No, ketchup chips. We'll eat them. That's gonna make us thirsty. And then we'll get this maple syrup down our neck. No pancakes, but you can't be choosy. Now let's go back to our stats right now, so you can see we're warm, winded, so we're okay. Got a dry mouth, and we're peckish, so that's pretty good. And we've got 2 hours on that stove, so what I say is we get some more firewood and we stock up on water. So there should be some more stuff here to break up. Is there? Oh. You can break a table up, but you need an axe. Right, okay. So we need an axe, but that'll come later. We can break that chair up. And there's a few bits of wood that people have left behind in their panic. Can't break that up without an axe. There's another piece of wood, some newspaper. More newspaper. Paint. Don't have to eat the paint just yet. I'm not planning on giving it a coat in here just yet. Okay, so let's chuck the rest of that wood on there. Okay, so that's that. Keep two pieces of wood back. Just for emergencies. So we'll drop them. Put a couple of bits of wood there. About 3 hours worth of fire, so let's boil some more water. Cooking pot. 2 litres of water. We've got 2 litres of water now. It'll take an hour to melt. But we've got 3 hours there. Okay, it's not looking too bad now. Sometimes there's stuff behind the chairs, but you need an axe to chop the chair up. So do we risk going out now and doing a bit of looting? What's the hypothermia risk? Right, okay. So I think what we do here now, guys, is we just venture out and try and get to a hut and see if we can find an axe. Let's go, let's try it. Obviously, if you get out there and there's a wolf, you've got to leg it back. Okay, you can see the little fishing huts down there. And if you're lucky, you can make it across. Sometimes there's an axe or a knife. So I'm going to leg it. See any wolves? Oh, okay. Looking round. You're not having a kip yet, mate. Right, so we'll make it to that first. These are like little fishing huts on the frozen lake. And there's a little fishing hole inside the hut. So we've made it to the first one. Right, let's have a look. Okay, we've got a cedarwood log, some tinder, clean firewood, so... Ah, there's a bullet. It's handy if you find a rifle. Go in there to get the charcoal. Don't need it just yet, but it will be handy when we start mapping, if we survive. Nothing in the cupboard.
There's got to be something useful in here.
Oh, fucking newspaper. Alright, that was a poor result there, guys. Bloody... Ah, right, and it started snowing. Brilliant. One thing you find in this game, as I remember, there's always tons of newspaper. I stopped buying newspapers back in the 90s. It's the next. Let's have a look. And I can hear a wolf. There's a book there.
Could end up being useful.
Yeah, if you read that, it makes you a better fisherman. More cedar wood. More reclaimed wood. Flare. That's good to get rid of a wolf. Moors, cloth.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
So we've got... Great, so we've risked our life for a pair of fucking mittens. But they'll keep us warm. Clothes. Pants. Mittens. Get them on, lad. What's our stats like? Not too bad. Do we try and risk it? We don't want to get lost here either. So it's that way back to the camp. I can hear a wolf. Just sneaking around looking now because there's a wolf. I can hear it. Another. Which way am I? That's home. Tell you what, I'm going to leg it over to that. Those three huts over there. Just hope to God the wolf's not round that corner. Remember, we need an axe or a knife to chop firewood. Okay, we're doing okay. We can hear you, Mr. Wolf. The wolves can't come in the cabins. We'll get you outside, but not inside. Okay, let's look for the door quick. Okay, safety. Alright. Search metal container, yeah, come on.
That'll come in handy.
Those, they're better than mittens. Okay, so let's get them gloves on. Oh, no. Right. Yeah, they're a lot better, so we'll wear them. Welder's gloves then. Right. Recycle. We don't recycle cans just yet. You can see there's more furniture we can break up. But that only lasts so long. We really need a weapon, or, you know, an axe.
I wonder who owns this stuff.
Painkillers. Can't have enough painkillers, folks. Little box there, let's search that. Some tinder in there. Yeah, it's resorts to this. We're even checking the trash can. And papers. No chance of the telly working, is there? What's that there? Energy drink. Cool. That'll help us out big time. Matches. Yeah. Definite bonus. Broom. I think the only thing you can do that is crack it up for wood, but not my papers. I'm not looting everything at the moment here, guys. I'm just trying to. Right, okay. Let's check the next one. There. Oh, we've got some wood. Right, we'll have that.
This stuff will come in
Axe.
handy.
There you go. Somebody, poor soul, was obviously chopping wood there. And who knows? They're either under that snow or a wolf got them while they were busy chopping wood. One way to go, eh? Right, let's get in here. Right, okay guys, so we've done quite well there. We found an axe, so we can chop more wood. So it means we're going to be able to light a fire. We've got something to drink and eat. Let's check our stats. We're a bit drained. We're a bit, well, too cold. A bit thirsty. Hungry. Let's have a look at our rucksack. We've got plenty of stuff to make a fire. We've got accelerant. We've got lots of first aid gear, bandage, antiseptic, painkillers. Our clothing's getting better. Food-wise, we've got jerky. But we can open that can of beans now with the axe. Ah, I didn't mean to do that. I've just had jerky. Ah, well, there you go. So, an axe, a flare, we've got charcoal, we've got accelerant, got a few bits and bobs to craft. Great. So what I'm going to do now is, I'm going to show you quickly what to do with the charcoal, and I'm going to have a kip. So we'll go out here, I'll show you what to do with the charcoal. Keep going. don't forget we've got another cabin to check there as well, but what you do is you go into your inventory, charcoal, and when you use it, bring it out, press your right thumb and you survey your local area. You see that's opened up a little bit of the map for us. Okay, so obviously when I go back over to the other chalet, I'll do another log and it'll open the map a bit more. Okay, so let's get back in here. The wind's picking up out there. Drained, we're parched, we're hungry. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to have a quick drink. I can't have a quick drink. Why can't I have a quick drink? Where's that? Oh no, there you go. I left the water on the boil. Oh shit. That water's going to be boiled dry over there. Ah, crap. Is there a stove in here? Shit, no stove. Oh no. So I need to get back to one of those huts. Fishing huts that have got a stove in. Right, so this is going to be a cliffhanger. I'm going to leave us on a cliffhanger. We need to search this place. But we'll do that when we wake up. So I reckon I can have a quick hour's kip here now. Get up, get to the stove, boil some water. We'll be back on an even keel, he says. And we might get lucky when we search this. Actually, we'll search this place now and see if we get a drink.
I just need to close my eyes.
Sorrent chips. Alright, mate. Right, we're lucky. There's a soda. We might as well complete the search on this place. Windbreaker. Got some running shoes there. We'll have a look at them when we wake up.
I could use a drink.
I know, mate. We've got one for you. Don't worry. There'll be a drink in the trash, is there? Spray paint. No. Not just yet. I'll look at that later. Just having a look to see if we've got any more to drink here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to enjoy our Summit soda, and then we're going to get a kip. Check our stats. So we're numb, but we're going to jump into bed. Drained. Right, not too bad. Okay, guys. I'm going to do what I do best, and what this guy does best. Grab an hour's kip. When we wake up, we'll carry on the survival in the snow in Frozen Flint. I'm not going to edit this video again, but I think I'm going to make this like a long series, just to see how long this character can last in Frozen Flint. As I say, it's permadeath. Once, if you freeze to death, that's it, the end. You have to restart. So it could be fun. And plus, it's a really good game for you gamers out there. Fully recommend it, and it's all coming back to me now, so. I don't think it's that dear on Steam. I don't think it's 20 quid, and then there's downloadable stuff that you can buy, but it's well worth it. Anyway, for now, I'm going to jump into this lovely bunk bed and listen to the wolves howling. So, 1 hour sleep. Catch you soon, guys. See you later.